good evening, beautiful people, beautiful women of the bra experience. Welcome to the second last constructive conversation we are having on the 14 days journey. It's almost coming to an end, but I still got some juiciness coming. First of all, yesterday you were all like, "Woo," and on the comments and everything. So thank you for being proactive and for being active. So so thank you again. So let me know where you're from. If I'm seeing someone saying hi, but I cannot see your name. I only see Facebook user because I'm using StreamYard. So let me know who is watching and where you're watching from. Welcome to the Bra Experience, where women come together to support each other and to lift each other up, because that is what the world needs more and more. So today have I got a special guest for you. My special guest for this evening is coming all the way from the UK. I've known her for, I don't know, a few years, but it seems like we know each other forever. And she's a broadcaster on Inspire Radio, where she's inspiring people all around the world. She's followed in 22 countries, and on Inspire Radio, she has her own radio show. And you all should go and check out that radio because it's really cool and they play really cool music. And they really talk positive language, which is kind of exception in these crazy times, right? She's also a mother of 6. She's my dear friend, Ruth Owen. Yay!
Yay! Yes, how wonderful to see you.
It's so amazing. It's been so long. We were just saying that, like, oh, it's been so long that we talked to each other. The last time we talked, you interviewed me on your Inspire Radio radio show, so which was so much fun. So
you've got so much going on, and you're delivering so much positivity in the world, Yasmina. So I'd love to have you back on the show, because what you say makes so much sense, and what you give is extraordinary. So I'm sure everybody out there is so thrilled and delighted that you're bringing them all these wonderful people who uplift and inspire them. So it's a great concept, by the way. I love the bra experience. Love it.
Thank you, Ruth. Thank you. So yeah, listen, it takes one to know one. You're doing such great things with your radio show as well. I love the Inspire Radio. I put it on a whole lot of times because
that's great.
It's really, I put it on my when I'm working. I put it on my laptop because it's such an uplifting radio station. You know, all the mainstream radios are about the news and fear and the whole things that's happening. And I love the energy from Inspire Radio through the sound, through the speakers. It's like you feel that positive energy that you have going on there.
I know, and isn't it extraordinary, Yasmina? I think we were just chatting before we started the show about the energy this year and the coronavirus and how it's affected everybody. I tell you what, this has been the best year of my life for a long time.
Right.
Because I found Inspire Radio at the beginning of the year. It was a brand new radio station. I happened to meet a friend of mine who said, "Oh, by the way," she said, "didn't you used to work in radio?" I said, "Yes, I did, and I loved it." And she said, "Oh, a friend of mine is starting a radio station, and I'm sure he'll need some help filling the airwaves because he wants to broadcast 24/7. So I got introduced to this man, and he said, "Well, if you want to do a show, then be my guest." So I had to acquire all these new skills, because as a journalist, you just stick a microphone under somebody's nose just to get a quote, right? But this is a different thing. When you were my guest, and it's a conversation, but it's developing a conversation in radio and and painting pictures with words for listeners, and bringing out the best in the guests. So
that is it. That is it. Bringing out the guests, but also radiating the positive energy. Now, before we continue so hi, March. I'm seeing you here. March is from Colorado. She's what?
Oh, hello. Hi, March.
But she wants to know, where can we get it in the US? So tell me again the link. Yeah, and I will put it in the banner.
Okay, so this is an internet-based radio station. So it's www.inspireradio.co.uk.
Okay, exactly. So let me show it on the screen. So March, you can go there. It's really, I'm a fan. I'm a fan.
Oh, bless you.
Absolutely. Not only because you are on there, but because it's the whole energy of that station is really cool.
Yeah.
So I'm so thrilled you are here. Yay! Thank God for technology that we can do this. I've had 12 amazing days already with people from the US, South Africa, UK also. So yeah, this is really great. And so what I wanted to have a conversation about, Ruth, and because you've experienced a whole lot of things, and your journey is really inspiring in itself, because when I talked to you and we met, we recognized each other bubbliness, right? When we met.
We did.
And so no one would know what your journey has been. Looking at your bubbliness, you're always a lot of energy, positive vibes, all these kind of things. And so I really wanted you to come on this constructive conversation where we as women come together, because I believe we are living in a time where we as women are invited to rise up, to stand up, and to show up, to lift the world up, and to raise the energy and the frequency of where we are living in. We are living in strange times, but at the same time, I believe we are transforming into a new earth, a new better, a new whatever, a new future. And I think women will play a crucial part on the transformation we need to go through as human beings, And so I'm really glad you are here. And so I want to know, what, from your perspective and experience, what can we do as women to support each other, to lift each other up, but more importantly, to stand up and show ourselves?
I think, Yasmina, I think you're right that I believe also that we are in transition. We are moving out of the old energies of how things used to be, of authoritarian, masculine-led organizations. Everything is in the process of flux and change. And I think we are in the process of birthing a whole new way of being, of living, of communicating, of existing, and of organizing ourselves, whether it's government or banking or finance or education.
Agreed. New things are going to arise from this period.
I think so. I do. Yeah. And I think you're right as well. And I think it was the Dalai Lama who said that women are actually going to lead the way into this new world. He said that some time ago. And I think what you're doing here is exactly what we need. And it's women coming together. You see, in the old days, I think men rather enjoyed the cattiness that sometimes appears when women are together. But that's old hat, that's old stuff. We are social beings. Women are nurturing creatures. And the more we can spread our love of each other, of humanity, of the world, of the environment, then that will have a ripple effect. It's like Inspire Radio. We started at the beginning of the year broadcasting in the UK, just on the internet. And gradually, with no promotion, no marketing, the word has spread. So every month we acquire new listeners in new countries. So our biggest following is the UK, but then America and Canada are the next biggest markets.
Wow.
But we've got followers all over the place. I have a professor in Gaza who contacted me, and he found me on Inspired Radio.
How
So
awesome.
it's just incredible. So as far as women go, I think if we are open, if we come from a heartfelt space, then that leads us to be receptive to other people, to take on new ideas, to share new things, new ways of thinking, new ways of being, new ways of collaborating. And I think that's really what it's about. It's about creating things together.
Yes.
Because we can't do it alone, can we, Yasmina?
No, we cannot do it alone. And we had a conversation earlier with one of the other guests where we said, why do women always think we can do it alone? You know, we put on the super cape in the morning.
Yeah. Yes.
We feed the children, we get our husband or our boyfriend off to work, and then we go to our own career, and then we clean the house, we cook the dinner. It's like, what we never, like, in the whole history of the human race, specifically in the beginning, women came together to help each other. We were raising our children together. It was not in a separate house. It was the village, the women of the village, that were raising all the children as if it were their own, right? And so we lost that along the way in the pursuit of thinking we need to be perfect or something, you know? And so...
Well, I know. I mean, you were talking about my journey so far earlier on, and that's exactly what I did in my marriage. You know, I shouldered everything, and I thought I had to do it all on my own, and I was so isolated, both emotionally and physically, from other people. And I had 6 young children, and my husband was just absolutely awful at pitching in and helping with anything to do with the house or the home or the children. So
like many men are, there are a few there. It's shifting. A few men are pitching in more and more, but listen, my father never did anything in the household. It was all my mother. So yeah.
So, you know, I've come out of that now, but it's taken me a long time to gather myself, and I've done a lot of work on myself. And I was telling you before that I feel like one of those Chinese bamboo. You know, I think I've been underground for 5 years, and
for anyone who doesn't know about the bamboo grows for 5 years underground before you start seeing anything appear above ground. So I love to compare.
Once the shoot appears, Yasmina, then it grows like 90 feet in 3 weeks.
It goes like real quickly. If anyone can resonate with this, go in chat and say, Yana, you are not alone, Ruth. I hear you on that. Okay.
So I've been kind of like a recluse for the last few years, and not really doing very much except working on myself. You know, I had a failed marriage, I had a failed business, I had a failed relationship after marriage. And so it's taken me quite a long time to actually move into a space where I felt strong enough to go out into the world. Because it takes courage, doesn't it?
It does.
When you've been knocked back a few times in life, it takes so much courage to actually put yourself out there. But I'm sure people watching and people who catch up later, we can all relate to that. Those times when you felt pushed down, you felt as though you couldn't get up.
Exactly.
But guess what? You're here. You did get up. You are moving forward. And I think that is something that you just need to keep doing.
Exactly.
And no matter what, no matter how bad you think things are, if you can just pick yourself up, dust yourself down, and go, well, today's another day. Let's get on with it. I think,
And
yeah,
that's so important. We like, that's life a little bit, right? It's like we move forward, and then we need to learn something again, and so we get a slap, and then
yeah,
we fall down on our knee the first time because we're still very strong, and then we get up. We go like, okay, I got it, this is a lesson. And then we move forward, and then we get two slaps, and then we fall on both knees. And so a little bit of life. And sometimes in life, like you experienced, I experienced, sometimes you are knocked down, like, and everything is crumbling, or how do you say it, crumbling around you.
yeah,
And you have to pick yourself up again and start all over again, right? From a new, from ground zero, building up from ground zero. And that's so daunting, right? I know a lot of people today are experiencing the same thing. Like this year, for some of us, it's been a blessing because we can look at the positive that comes out of it. We can look at the possibilities that are still there. But for others, life may have knocked you down this year. And that's okay. That's how we grow. That's how we learn. And we just, like you say, we just need to be courageous, and women can be courageous. Listen, we put children on earth. I mean, I didn't, but you have 6 times, so you took care of mine from the ones I maybe was supposed to bring. But we bring life to earth. There's nothing more powerful than the power of bringing life to earth. So if we can do that, then we can be courageous and pick ourselves up again and move forward. The good thing is we don't need to do it alone.
Yes. I always thought I had to do it on my own. And I've done so many things on my own, and I've, struggled and battled through all my difficulties and challenges. But I think that has made me incredibly strong. But now I have to learn how to bring other people in.
Exactly.
When I want to move forward on a project or build something, I have to learn to build a team. And that's what you're talking about, Yasmina. It's about women coming together as a team. Of course, we're not excluding men, but
no, because we need them too. It's like a joint venture, so it's all inclusive.
Yeah, exactly.
And so I like what you're saying, because I've been doing a whole lot of things alone too. And not so long ago, I think a few weeks ago, I was in a workshop and we had to do a kind of vision board for a project that you have in mind. And one of the sentences that I put on top of my vision board is, I do not need to do it alone.
Yeah.
Because a couple of weeks earlier, I had a breakdown, a fall down. I couldn't see anything moving forward anymore in my life and in my business. And I was like, I'm fed up of doing it alone,
Oh, I hear you. I'm the same. But here's the magic. And, this is what I think is so exciting about life, because I do believe in magic, right? And I spoke to a lady a few weeks ago, actually, for the radio station, and she's a teacher of magic.
Oh, cool!
And she believes in magic. And when the time is right, when you are in alignment, when you have yourself all lined up, when you are sure of who you are and what your mission is, then I think things come to you. You're like a magnet. And that's what I'm finding right at this moment. I'm attracting people that are helping this project move forward that I've been sitting on for 5 years, and now it's
exactly. And now it's in motion. It's in motion. And I like what you're saying. It's when you are in alignment of your purpose and what you are here to do, like in alignment with your heart.
Yes.
If your heart jumps up and down in your body when you think about a project, when you think about something that you want to create, that's the thing you should be doing. And then the magic will appear. But it's when we think we are doing stuff because of society's conventions, like I need to be in that job, earning that amount of money, driving that particular kind of car, and it doesn't make you jump up and down of joy, that's when we are out of alignment and the magic seems not to be present, right? Yeah. And that's the shift we need to make. It's like really choosing. We talked about choices earlier in one of the conversations. It's really choosing and tuning in with your heart when opportunities arise, and tuning in with your heart to see what makes your heart jump up and down from joy, following that path, and then the magic will appear, like what is happening right now for you, right, on that big project you're doing.
Yes, exactly. So all these fallow periods that we were talking about, that I was I was doing nothing for 5 years except working on myself, doing a little bit here and there to keep myself.
Which is actually not nothing, Ruth. It's something big. Working on ourselves is where we expand all our possibilities. We expand the mind, we expand the energy, we expand anything so that we can attract more. So it's not nothing you've been doing for 5 years.
No, quite. I've done a lot of work on myself, but I think that's the reason we have these challenges is to make us stop and think, and to reevaluate where we are and what we're about and what is important for us and what our values are and what our beliefs are. Because if they're not in alignment with your heart, then there's a dissonance, and life is hard because it's like you're trying to run in the hamster wheel the wrong way round. You know what I mean? It's everything is an uphill struggle.
Exactly.
Whereas if you go with the flow and you have worked on yourself and you've got rid of all the things, or most of the things that were holding you back, such as outdated beliefs or opinions that really don't resonate with you, then
increasing our self-esteem, specifically as women, increasing our self-esteem, building up our confidence again.
Yes, absolutely. Because I think we do beat ourselves up. We ask ourselves questions. We second guess ourselves. We beat ourselves up. Men don't do that. Not hard.
No, they don't. I had a friend of mine, I was talking about the bra experience, and he said, Yasmina, men are more simple. We don't ask ourselves all these complex questions. I said, maybe that's the key.
Yes. Yeah, because they, everything is handed to them on a plate, really. It's expected that they will do well in their career, that they will progress, that they will get promotion, that all of those things. And
they don't think anything less. They go like, of course I will be successful. Of course I will land that position. I had one of the guests saying he read somewhere that men will apply for a function if they believe 60 to 70% of the requirements they can do. Women will only do it when they believe that they have 100% of the requirements ticked in a box.
Wow.
Just to say.
Yeah. No, I think there's a lot of truth in that. So
I think we as women, I think what you were saying was so correct. We need to work on our belief systems and on our convictions, because what we as women do, we overthink too much.
Oh, I know.
Right?
Yes. Oh, yes. But I think we have to learn. This is very important, Yasmina. we as women have to learn to accept and love ourselves as we are. And
Ooh.
that's not to say that we don't know there's room for improvement, that we don't know that
Absolutely.
we actually need to work on things within ourselves. But if we just say, hey, this is who I am right now, and I love who I am right now.
And if we cannot say love yet, then we can replace that word by, and I accept where I am right now.
Yes.
We
Yes.
don't need to stay in the right now. We can grow and evolve in the next moment.
Oh,
But
yeah.
for now, let's accept who we are, where we are, with everything we are. So I love it, Ruth. I love it. So as we are coming to the end of our conversation, I just want to say, what would be one really specific tip that you have or advice that you have for women when it comes to growing or to showing ourselves more, or whatever you want to share as one big advice?
Do you know what? I've changed. I had in
Yeah,
mind.
you were going to say something
Yes,
else.
I was going to say
And
something
I
else.
told you, right? I told
Yes.
you the conversation will lead us somewhere. I don't know where, but
Yes. But just going back to what we were talking about just now, about the acceptance thing. I heard something the other day, and it's an exercise that I did. And the advice went, stand in front of a mirror naked and look at yourself. And if you can say to yourself, I accept you for who you are, that's a start. Where you want to be is to look at yourself and see all the beauty that you have and say to yourself, Yasmina or Ruth or whatever your name is, I love you. I love you and
ooh,
accept you for who you are. I think we as women need to do this. It's not an easy thing to do, but I think if we can practice and keep doing that and keep telling ourselves that we are worthy, we are magnificent, we are beautiful. And I think if we can start by acceptance and then move to love, there's going to be such a massive shift, not only in you, but in everybody around you, because there will be a ripple effect because of that.
oof. You're giving a to come to the close of the bra experience. Almost tomorrow, we've got another wonderful guest coming. But you're giving a call to action that's on point, I would say. So okay, so March is saying powerful. I think someone else joined us, but I cannot see who it is. So let me know quickly before we wrap up this conversation who you are, where you're watching from. But anyway, the call to action for today, and I will do it too. It's mirror work, and for women, it's really a challenge to look ourselves in the mirror and start accepting ourselves. And in the beginning, it will be very challenging and difficult, and tears may flow, and emotions might occur. But please try to do it for the next, let's say, 7 days.
Mm-hmm.
Stand in front of the mirror every morning or every evening, naked, and look at yourself and start a process of accepting yourself first and then turning it into loving yourself.
Yes.
Ooh, powerful call to action, Ruth. I think, yeah, I'm not gonna add anything to that powerful action. People, beautiful women of the bra experience, comment. I will put a call to action. Just let me know what comes up for you in the next 7 days when you look into the mirror. Post it under the call to action thread so we can support each other during that exercise. And so, Ruth, I want to thank you for joining me on this powerful, constructive conversation in the bra experience. For all you beautiful women out there, we'll be back for our last constructive conversation tomorrow at 7 p.m. Central European Summer Time. Ruth, thank you again. You are awesome. You are inspiring. I love you. And I cannot wait to finally see each other live as we don't live too far away from each other, you know?
I know. But anyway, it's been a real joyful experience for me. Thank you so much. And thank you for having me on your show. And thank you to everybody who's watching.
Perfect. Thank you so much. See you all tomorrow, beautiful women of the bra experience, for the last day. And we're going to go up with a bang. And I'm going to announce a few more winners that have been very active in the Facebook group the last week. So take care. See you all tomorrow. Love you. Mwah.
Bye.